Hello, my name is Paivi. I'm the owner of Sunny Grove Wellness here in the beautiful area of Hudson Valley in New York. I help people to change their lives with nutrition, whether it's on the plate or off the plate. Welcome to my kitchen. This is where things are simple, delicious, and mostly under control. Today, I want to take you behind the scenes and show you how I cook, feed my family, and keep things real. I'm a home cook, I'm a wife, and I'm a mom for two super active teenage boys, which means there's a lot of food that disappears in our house every single week. I do most of the cooking, about 90% of the time, and the rest is just takeout or whatever comes together in the moment. My goal is to feed my family well because let's be real, my husband and we have totally different nutritional needs than our kids. But I don't have hours in the kitchen to cook every single day, nor do I have a completely unlimited grocery budget. So over the years, I kind of figured out a meal prep system that works for me. And half of it is planning and batch cooking, and the other half, I'll just wing it. And that is what really, that balance, it keeps me sane. If you are new to cooking or just kind of looking for ways to make healthy meals a little bit easier, a little planning, it does go a long way. I wasn't always this confident in the kitchen. When my kids were little, I was juggling school, I was working 2 jobs, and I was trying to keep everything together. And some nights, I'd open the fridge and basically nothing was there. And takeout, it wasn't really an option. Dinner, it just had to happen. So that is when I really learned how to cook on the fly and using whatever I had on hand. And a lot of nights, that really meant pasta, oatmeal, pea soup, or this Finnish classic called pyttipannu, which is basically throwing everything into the pan except the kitchen sink. And you know what? Cooking this way, it just made me more like creative and resourceful in the kitchen. So depending on where you land in that kitchen kind of confidence scale, you might have a different approach. If you're like an artistic type of person, maybe you love cooking every day and keeping a variety of different ingredients on hand and be like a little jazz artist with your cooking. If you're more like a practical person, maybe meal prepping once a week or twice a week, maybe that's your thing. Either way, a little inspiration can make cooking so much more fun. After I hit 40, I'm in my 50s now, my body really started to act up. I was feeling fatigued, brain fog, and I was just feeling crappy. So I got really curious. I wanted to know what food was actually doing to my body. And as it turns out, food isn't just about taste, it's fuel. It took me years of trial and error, studying, researching, to really figure out what works for me. But now, I eat in a way that makes me feel awesome. And here is my deal. I eat well because I love feeling good. Less sugar, fewer ultra-processed foods, and more of these real whole foods. But I'm also not the kind of person who skips the birthday cake, so I think it's all about balance, people. I quit smoking about 20 plus years ago now, which was like the hardest thing I've ever done. And now I'm all about good sleep, moving my body, even if it's just a little kitchen dance party. And I love to surround myself with people that I really like. When I stick to that, life just feels better. Like I said, I've got a husband and 2 teenage boys who inhale food, and I'm not a short order cook, so here's how I keep things running smoothly. When I go to the grocery shopping, which is usually about once a week, I stick to the outer aisles and focus on 3 basic things: protein, veggies, and fruit. Once I got these 3 things covered, I know we're good. So what does that actually look like? All right. Protein, that usually means grass-fed beef, pasture-raised or organic chicken, pork, eggs, and wild-caught seafood. Usually that means salmon. Anything that is on sale, I stock up and I freeze it. And that is going to help to balance the grocery budget a little bit, because these things, they can be costly. And also, I always grab organic beans. That, in the grand scheme of things, also kind of help to balance the budget a little bit. Veggies and fruit, I buy a mix of fresh and frozen. For organic, I usually go by the Clean 15 and Dirty Dozen list from the Environmental Working Group. And I'll drop a link in the description so you can see kind of what the latest updates are on that one. Eating clean has been a game changer for keeping my hormones in check. I can't say that enough. All right, so what kind of veggies do I have in rotation? Usually I always have broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. Matter of fact, I love these little frozen ones from Aldi. They cook so fast and they taste amazing. And we always have leafy greens, baby spinach, kale, and pro tip, always grab the top from the back. Longer the shelf life, the fewer sad salads you're gonna have. Carrots, potatoes, sweet potatoes, green beans, peas, basically whatever kind of looks fresh and alive. Fruit, always apples and berries, bananas for the boys. I keep frozen berries on hand all the time, especially wild blueberries and tart cherries, which are perfect for little mocktails, and it's a natural source of melatonin, which helps me to kind of sleep better too. Seasonal and local is always the best. So what about dairy and grains? Well, I don't actually do much dairy and grains anymore, but I always have unsweetened yogurt with probiotics, mostly for the kids' protein shakes. For grains, we kind of keep it simple with quinoa, rice, whole wheat, sourdough, and really good Italian pasta because, hey, the kids, they love their pasta, so gotta have it. Where I shop and what about food waste? Well, I shop at Aldi, Walmart, Hannaford, and Adams, which are local stores here. Those are my go-tos really. And leftovers? Well, nothing goes to waste. I really hate wasting food. Roasted veggies? Well, they go into salads or scrambled eggs the next morning. Overripe bananas? Well, oh yeah. They end up in a banana bread. And sometimes, honestly, like I think the kids, they just let them sit just for that purpose. The bottom line is keep it simple and keep it fun. At the end of the day, my personal kitchen philosophies, it's pretty simple. Cook with love, keep it easy, and eat in the way that really makes you feel good. No stress, no complicated rules, just real food that fuels a happy, healthy life. Because when the food works for you, everything else just feels a little bit better.